And now, live from England, this is your host, RomanceWriter1! Oh, thank you. Oh, man. Whew, this is gonna be a great day, because we have a new game show on today. It's called Spot the Cameos. See how many OCs of big names and any other names coming in this audio drama. Let's go! Hello everybody, welcome to another reaction video, and also we're back to the Roman Empress background. Why, you may ask? That's because I am reacting to TGIF Part 2, and there will be an epilogue after this. I'm not sure when it'll be released. Marcy has it planned, but I forgot what she said, so I do start this again. This time I have more lines, not a measly 4 lines like I did in Part 1, but this should be fun. This was one I had fun with, even though I think if I remember correctly, I had got tired out a few times while doing these lines, and yeah, that's something that I had before years ago, but hey, it's all for fun. You know, this was all fun, and let's get right into it. Let's stop the yabbering and let's get right into it. This should be good. This might be emotional too. So I also want to say early happy Christmas, everybody, and if you don't celebrate Christmas over where you are from, happy holidays. So even though I'm not a Christmassy or a holiday person except Valentine's Day and stuff, I want to wish everybody happy holidays anyway. So here we go, guys. 3, 2, 1, and let's go.
Previously on The Good and Forgiveness.
You're alive?
That's Hamlet.
Is it really?
Tomorrow I'm off to Malcolm's castle with the other lords of Scotland. You're free to join us.
Welcome home.
Yeah, move my microphone
Now,
a bit closer.
please know that I'll be appreciating your company this.
I wanted to ship these to Marzi.
Casting this place. Solidarity.
I'll say when it's the end. Triple H, you're so great as Macbeth.
To make it up to them. Are we almost there? Not far.
Cool.
I did know the audio was pretty low with the
It's only
witches.
tomato juice. I swear.
Looks more like wine to me.
What has he done to you?
It was just a vision. I'm fine. I swear.
If I get muffled or anything, I'm sorry. I'm eating sausage rolls and drinking coffee. I woke up like what two hours ago.
Got it.
My shift really kicked my ass.
We came across some witches. Dawn! We didn't mean to. We thought their power could
So how many
cause us
cameos are we gonna put in here?
Dawn.
And you trusted them?
And if I'm dead when tomorrow's gone, then who needs fake friends?
Damn. We're not even started, and already, damn. Now, I don't know if the intro was ever copyrighted. I didn't get any copyright claims. At the same time, I recorded with OBS because, you know, I was having trouble with, you know, matching the audio with the video that's going on, which is why after I did 3, 2, 1, I hope I can hear the click of my mouse so I know that it's begun. Kanyanta. There's me. It's Camille. I think I might have noted this before. If Camille's eyes were a bit of an army greenish color, like an dark olive green, she kind of matched my actual eye color probably. Because my real eye color is army green. My OCs are only bright green because Robert Who, when he made my OC's first factors, he made them a bright green instead of like a darker green. But I kept with the bright green anyway because I'm like, you know what, it actually does suit her. So we'll keep with it. And Lucille. Is it Lucille or Lucille? I think it's Lucille. Scene from Part 1. Trying to remember the references thing from Part 1 that Marcy did. Because she mentioned, like, cherry blossoms are, like, probably the sign of spring. So, this whole thing is set in spring. I think. Anyway. There's a sneak peek.
Macbeth wins. He always did.
Are you alright?
Oh, all's fine.
I've noticed I say, are
Don't
you
worry
alright?
about
Instead of,
me.
are you alright?
I'm not really supposed to be here.
Your head is bleeding.
I say
She'll
you're
be
there, for goodness
fine.
sake.
Can you stand up?
Yes.
Oh, this was a
It
sneak
only
peek we were
hurts a
given in
little.
the group
Is your
chat.
leg okay?
It's been better, but
Could I take a look at it?
'tis but a scrap.
Yeah, let me take a look at your
That's
leg,
what they all
lady.
say.
I didn't realize how bad it had got.
I should have warned there was going to be blood in
Come
it.
with me.
Eh,
I'll do what I
it's a
can to
Macbeth
catch
thing.
you
What do you
up.
expect? It's medieval. There's got to be blood somewhere.
Hold still. Let me know if it hurts, alright?
Is that Flutterpaws up at the top right? I don't know who's at the bottom.
Thank you again.
Is that
I didn't realize
Flutterpaws?
how bad it was.
I want to say it was Art's Heart,
No
but that's
problem.
not her
My
main
hair
style.
should cover the cut. Do you want me to brush your hair as well?
If it wouldn't.
My flight audio is echoey. I can understand why.
Alright.
That is Flutterpaws, I
Just
think.
wondering.
Yeah.
What happened back there?
I just sort of slipped on some wet grass. It's a very long story.
That's alright. The story is yours.
What were you doing to
I'm just like, oh, you gotta see it quick. Don't worry.
Fallen cherry blossom aside until it began to rain. That was when I found you.
Is it me or do I sound very kid-like with this voice? Hey, this kind of voice going on. I'm trying not to sound like derpy.
If you
No,
don't
this
mind
is my
asking,
derpy voice.
What was it like to be a queen?
Stressful. You couldn't comprehend the pain.
Yeah, they say if you're a
It's like
queen or a king,
millions
you
of
think it's all fun, but no, it's stressful as hell.
With great authority comes great responsibility. It must have been nice having authority, though.
While it lasted, I wish I could have done more.
If I were queen, I'd make society a better place for everyone.
Really? How so?
The same as you would have, by making it equal and less biased toward the privileged few. I'm glad I have someone who thinks like me.
Me too. I'm sorry I couldn't when I had the chance.
I'm sorry your reign had to end so soon.
I'm not at all afflicted by the rain itself. It wasn't meant
There's
to
something
last
about my voice and I like it. I usually cringe at my voice.
To murder others just to keep their sovereignty. I don't follow.
Reminds me of... Oh, sorry. I probably shouldn't mention him around you.
Or do I sound anime? I don't know.
Yeah, Mr. Macbeth was a naughty man.
I'm sorry for
I like the way that was delivered. He was.
He affected you.
It's alright. You weren't at all responsible.
Is there anything I can do to make it up to you?
There isn't, but that's okay. There's only so much you can do. But in a way, you already have. Your kindness and fellowship.
Love
towards
the music
us
going on, Marzi. Love. I
is
don't know if
sweet.
anyone knows. I love medieval music. I like medieval stuff in general, especially Tudors.
Wait, how did you know about my desires to change society? I don't think I ever mentioned it here.
Could I ask you something?
Yes, of course.
Have you been sleepwalking?
What?
The other week, I heard footsteps. They seemed distressed, so I went to check if all was well, and I realized it was you.
What are you talking about?
You probably don't remember it.
Maybe that's why I like my voice here. I sound so anime, even though I don't really watch anime.
It's not like I'm not sleeping, though.
Not quite, but your sleep must have been quite disturbed.
What happened? What was I doing?
I waited around your chamber to see if you'd eventually catch me, but when I came back in, you were gone. Before that, you seemed to pace back and forth up the chamber. You were muttering something. It was a bit scrambled, but I think I can interpret it correctly.
What did I say?
Are you sure you're ready to talk about this?
What?
I'm so scared now.
Say?
The murder of King Duncan. I know all that really happened.
No!
It's
Oh boy.
right. You don't have to be afraid.
If you knew I was involved with scheming his death, then why didn't you say anything right away? I don't know how many other nights I've been like this or how many other people have heard what I said or done.
A couple of nights. Some more intense than others, but I didn't want to report it in order to protect you from punishment. I don't think anyone else heard.
'Tis the only cure for somnambulous guilt.
Oh boy. Hearing machinery in the background, it's probably the sweeper. You know, the sweeper machines that go on in the street? I think that's what's been coming by.
Is the only way to make it stop.
Overcome it. I'm never going to overcome it. You don't have an elixir I can use?
If only medicine could cure you, I would have given it to you as soon as I knew. Therapy is what you seek.
About what happened? How much do you know?
From the desire to change society, to the witch's prophecies to...
Music's loud, but you can still hear the audio. That's good.
Involved.
And you've known about this for how long?
Since before the prince came here.
That was 2 weeks ago! How did you remain so sane with me? How have you
Hey, I ask the same question about her all the time.
Because I know you've changed. You've proven you have.
Okay, just because I say I'm penitent doesn't prove anything.
Has my acting got... I think my accent's a little better.
Unite us with the rest of Duncan's legacy. You seeked out across wastelands in an attempt to bring him back, or at least turn back time. If a shrew can be tamed, you can prove your loyalty to both him and Malcolm. You are worthy of my trust.
Worthy of your trust? Why don't you want to punish me?
Because you've suffered for far too long.
Now that I think about it, you have been there for me since I came here. Thank you for being so forgiving. I'm sorry I've been crying for so long for far too many times.
I ship it.
You have very beautiful eyes.
See? Ship it.
Even if
Sorry.
you can trust and give me a second chance, there's no way anyone else would. Especially Malcolm.
The important thing isn't Malcolm forgiving you. It's about you forgiving yourself.
Honestly, maybe I should take this advice to heart.
That's the true goodness in forgiveness.
Let's be realistic, that's never going to happen. It's a never-ending multiplier effect of constant remorse. I do something bad. I later regret that. I try to make up for it. I end up doing something bad and later regretting it, and so on. Everyone else is yet to know that I was behind my lord's tyranny. If I keep lying about my past, then I'll never overcome this guilt. I thought instead of confessing to Malcolm, I could make it up to him instead. I now realize that there truly is nothing I can do. Forgiveness doesn't exist in this society. I'll still be punished whether I'm penitent or not. You saw how the previous Thane of Cawdor was executed for betraying us for Norway despite his remorse. Why wouldn't I be punished too? Then I'm afraid of death. I don't want to know if the afterlife holds more pain.
In the sleepwalk, didn't you mention rebirth? You survived for a reason.
Survival was my punishment. My life is hell. Constant stress and grief and guilt again and again and again.
Nothing is entirely melancholy, like nothing is entirely ecstasy. There will be good, but there will also be bad. Don't let the bad overshadow the good.
Do you want to know what really happened before I came back here?
If you wouldn't mind.
I said some things I didn't mean towards Don and Macduff. I've been trying to avoid conversation with them a lot. They think it's because I'm ungrateful. The truth is, though, I'm afraid. I feel unsafe, insecure. I didn't want anything to slip out accidentally, and I didn't want to stir up any conflict by accident. But lack of expression was the exact reason it happened. I've ruined all of my friendships, and I have a history of crime and treason.
History's in the past. That's why it's history.
And history doesn't ever change. I'm going to confess to Malcolm.
What?
About his father.
That's part of the trailer. What?
There's no other way to overcome this guilt.
Once again, I got one line in a trailer.
I can think, and he needs to know eventually.
It's a moral thing to do, but I wouldn't want you getting into trouble.
I'll get into even more trouble if they find out elsewhere. And if I hide it any longer...
Well, as long as you don't have a diary noting it all, you're... Yeah, I don't think I'll find out.
There is some valor left in me. I'll write to him now. No, I'll go to him.
And then what will you do?
The king will decide my fate, of course. I won't let myself become a fugitive.
You don't have to tell him it was you straight away. You could tell him the whole story, but leave out that it was you.
That's a brilliant idea. Gives me some extra time. Of course, I won't keep the truth from him forever.
Go easy on your leg. It'll feel better with less walking.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you for understanding me when no one else could.
It's the least I can do.
I've become the very thing I hated most in the past. Cowardly.
You're not a coward. The world is just a scary place.
Yeah, world is a scary place. She makes a point. Yeah, get out of there, Macbeth.
You came back here?
No! Make it stop!
It's Kenyatta right there. I don't know who's...
My lord. I didn't mean to return.
Wait, who's
I
on
just
the
got
left?
sidetracked.
Oh, wait. That's my OC, isn't it? Yeah, that's my OC. And a Roman Empress.
Done by you?
And a Roman Empress,
Yes.
Best
dress and all that.
before he sees me. I'm sorry.
I just realized that because the necklace thing and the dress.
Every moment I've spent with you both has been a pleasure.
Yeah, I think it says Roman Empress
Both like that.
It's
at
all
the top.
right. You have to express your true feelings sometimes, even in anger. Where will you go?
Just forays.
Mercy's in the
Out for a bit.
in there too.
Quite far, isn't it?
Triple H, I think, is right there.
Me and Dawn sort out the witches. I don't want Dawn to get into trouble. That's all.
It's all right. Your intentions were pure. Not all witches are evil.
Huh, could have said that way before.
Fugitive.
Not exactly. I'd say you're more of a refugee,
Sure, down and out.
asylum seeker.
Vagabond. Renegade.
Merciful heaven, are you all right?
Oh,
Friend,
sugar.
Just,
My lady, you're unwell.
just stressed.
You need to take a break.
But that's all.
Is she coughing up blood or does she
But
bite her
you
lip?
must rest until you are well.
Oh, and then the blood's gone.
He did what he did to your family, and you sought revenge. Why didn't you kill me? Why?
You have no children.
What's that got to do with anything? He still killed.
I mean, he had a
Why
kid.
exist?
The kid got
Why not
killed, I
only
think,
a
and his wife
pitchfork
got
and
killed.
Stab, stab.
Because it wouldn't have been fair. I fight fire with water, not fire. So it was him I gave the edge of my sword.
Yeah,
Even
he
if
doesn't
we
have
did
heterochromia.
children, would
I
never
think-
take
I think
their
I said
lives
that
in order to
correct.
satisfy my own. Why would you ask?
He has a
such
scar
question
down
as
his eye. I
this?
think I noticed that in part
Do you
1
have a
at one
death
point.
wish?
I was like,
No.
wait, does he have a scar in his eye? Is that why
Just
it's
can't help
silver?
but feel bad. I'm sorry I asked. Thank you for not letting me die. I'm leaving for forays now.
But you're unwell.
But this is something I must do. I just need to speak with
Yeah,
my
just
husband.
confess
Please, I
everything
beseech
and then
you,
die.
Say.
Anyone who cares would let me go.
Well, if it will show how much I indeed do care.
Oh god, we're
Allow
reminding
me
me
to
Beauty
be
and the
your
Beast now.
escort.
If you love her, you must let her go.
Hitchhiking is dangerous.
You're right. Wait. I actually did have a child once. Her name
Oh?
was Ecclesia. She wasn't Macbeth's. Her father was my first husband preceding him. Had I ever loved him? No. Macbeth is the only man I've ever loved before he screwed us over. Alas, she was born in spring, but by the summertide, she had perished. It was an accident. I just couldn't stop the blood from pouring.
Oh
Seeing you cry is like an arrow to the
god.
heart. I'm sorry for making you
I was
upset.
hoping it
I'll
was
bring
gonna
you
be
to Malcolm if it'll prove
suffocation.
How dear I really
No.
do hold you. Just please.
I
eat
want to guess it's
something
like,
other
oh,
than chocolate.
I'm reminded of The Guilty, that movie, The Guilty with Jake Gyllenhaal. When the baby gets like hurt and stuff like that, and it just goes like, I just wanted to get the snakes out of him. I didn't think it'd kill him. For she used a freaking knife on the kid. Like that was going on. Oh boy, that was scary. I don't get why The Guilty got such a mixed reception, and people are like, oh, it's not as good as the original, and then I'm like, what the fuck was the original? I never heard of it. No one else really heard of it either. So no, that argument is not valid to me. Oh, cute. That's Satan? These are like memories, aren't they? Are they memories, or is it like an alternate? Was it like a daydream? No, it's not. It's Macbeth, I think. Camille.
Oh, Hecate, I know your pride is in malicious Macbeth, but I just don't like to play by the rules.
Well,
My lord.
What are you doing here?
hey Ross, no one asked your opinion.
This better be
Stay out of it.
something important, as me and Ross were trying to have a conversation regarding pensions, taxes, inheritance, and corporations. But that can wait. What's going on?
I just noticed he's wearing purple.
We need to talk.
I just noticed Malcolm's wearing purple. Because purple's as a color of royalty, isn't it?
I'm listening.
And the same
Have you been?
tapestries before, Marzi and Kenyatta, but I don't count them because I already counted them before.
You know what happened, but you really don't. Everyone in the country knows the tyrant was behind everything. What else is there to know? There is
Marzi's so good at doing different voices, even I can't do a male voice.
more than a bloody sceptred dictator wanting nothing more.
I did once long
than his
ago,
own
but
gain.
it was my first time doing like a kind of
The tyrant's
doing a male voice. It
dedication
started kind of young.
to valor, loyalty,
I can't do it right now because it's been so long.
wasn't at all a motive of his own, but by the terrible guidance of another.
Which other would that be?
And he has heterochromia. I was right.
A slightly sociopathic superior.
Ah, there I am again.
Taking him by his
Flower Paul's up there.
manipulating him into killing him.
Who's the other OC?
This
I
superior, however, did
oh no,
not
I'm forgetting her
intend
name.
to
Phoenix
kill him.
Feather?
It was only an attack on the position of maid.
No.
Are you trying to defend the tyrant?
In no way am I trying to defend him. He was
Isn't
wrongfully
Phoenix
convicted
Feather?
of these murders and was just as foolish to go through with his superior schemes.
I want to go real quick on my Discord and see, but I'd rather not.
refuse to believe there is
If it is correct,
anyone who
it'll
could top
be counted.
Macbeth's malevolence.
Currently, aside from
I would check on my phone, but I
circumstances, there
don't have
is
enough
no
storage
one
right now, so.
worse than Macbeth. However, in the past there was.
Supernatural forces aren't mortal.
Whatever. I'm willing
It's
to
like,
tell
whatever, Ross.
you, pray you. Be not so shocked upon the truth that
I don't know why, but Ross is kind of funny
You're
here.
lying. There is no one out there worse than Macbeth. Past, present, or future.
Macbeth was cruel, selfish, ignorant, heartless. Malcolm, I'm willing to tell you, wicked, immoral, foul, vile, corrupt. Malcolm? Callous, antagonistic, masochistic.
Let me check my Discord quick.
Poisonous, shallow,
Phoenix Feather, I was correct.
Malcolm?
deceitful, murderous.
There's Jess? Who's Jess again?
Treacherous, traitor, bastard, toxic, careless, power-hungry. Malcolm.
I don't
slow
remember
down,
who that
temperate, ill-willed,
is.
bitter, spiteful. Malcolm! Get off of me! Malcolm. You set this up to trap me. Look around you. I'm
Hey, it
trapped
collapsed on
now.
its own.
If that was my intention, I wouldn't have trapped myself. I knew I could never trust you. Who is this who's worse than Macbeth? That's right, you! Malcolm, I was only trying to save you from the debris. I didn't know it would trap us. Liar and fiend! Malcolm, please, I don't want to hurt you. You don't. You truly don't.
No, that was quick.
My attendant was right all along. Lucille knew we could trust you. You were innocent all along. Of course you're not a fiend. You're just misunderstood. I beseech you, forgive me that I misjudged you so. Malcolm, as much as I'd love us to live in eternal bliss and alliance, it just can't be so. What are you saying? My lord, you deserve to know the honest truth I could not equivocate. I'm not innocent. I was the superior.
I'll see if I was correct if it was in the background. I'll have to look at the references video.
No, it can't be true. I'm sorry I lied to you about my past. I just thought I could make it up to you, but I couldn't. How did this happen? How did this all happen? Malcolm, we have more than enough time to kill in here. I'm willing to tell you everything, be it the final time I tell it. Tell it like a lullaby. I let despair converge to anger. I didn't want to be controlled and oppressed by patriarchs in society anymore. Why shouldn't I take action after the way I've been treated? I didn't want revenge. I just wanted a change, but I wasn't powerful enough to do that. After my first marriage, which ended in blood and tears, I soon remarried to Macbeth. He was eventually promoted to Thane of Cawdor, which I'm sure there's a ranking, and Cawdor was close to the crown, but I took advantage of this. If you, your brother, and your father were out the picture, he could be king, and I, queen. I could have had the power to change society. I realized he was on the more cowardly side, so I took advantage of that and psychologically forced him into killing your father. He was much too trusting of me, which gave us all the more advantage. Those groomsmen you saw, I framed them for it. There. That's it.
That's it.
Are you utterly crazy? Had you no remorse? I thought I didn't, but now I truly do. I had made the worst mistakes in the past, but I swear that I now stand before you a changed Thanes. I'm not expecting forgiveness. I only desire your worthy highness to know the truth. This murder isn't justifiable despite the things I've faced because of society. I was only joking when I called you a fiend. I know not how to live with this guilt.
Are you sure you're joking, Malcolm?
Most of the lords hate me, and a lot of you have your suspicions. I just want to confess my penitence before anything else were to happen. All I really have left to say is...
Were the witches responsible for the debris coming down? By any chance?
After the death of his family, I said to Macduff to let grief convert to anger. I'd gladly take my anger on you. I have a right to. But I won't. I don't want to be alone in here. Let grief convert to hope. Just admit it, there's no hope in a place where you're always forgotten. I too see how being a reject in society can make you feel hatred. It's just that you, Macbeth, Banquo, you were popular. My father showed so much admiration for you three. I wish I could have made him proud in the way you all did. Macbeth didn't see it in that way at all.
I think he's just angry. He didn't get his father's appreciation.
Prince of Cumberland. He was? Of course you made your father proud. Like Fleance always made Banquo proud. Wasn't Fleance suspected for Banquo's death, so he fled to Wales? By himself? Isn't he like 10 or something? Not sure, although it was a smart move.
Oh yeah, Fleance.
Why?
Banquo's son.
Your country needs you. You said so yourself. Society's too messed up for its own good. But if you stay, you can work around it. You have the power to fix what's broken. Society can never be fixed. Everything is just a world of conflict and despair. It's not all negativity. Somewhere out there is hope and fellowship. Only lust can dry your eyes. None of it's love. There's only betrayal, loyalty, treachery, devotion, lechery, virtue, equivocation, deception, honesty.
What's his name? The words?
Pessimism.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
A tyrant. King Malcolm, there is not enough gall in your heart to turn you into a tyrant. Please use this lack of bitterness wisely. Feels strange hearing that from you. I must ask, though, how is it we ended up in this mess? Malcolm, you're looking at the reason we ended up in this mess. But you are the reason we got out of this mess. The thing is, I don't really know what happens now. I promise I'll replenish your throne and ceiling beams with the money I have. If you'll accept the offer. It doesn't matter anymore. We're not getting out of here. Why are we talking like there is any future? Don't be so sure of that. This place is like a cage. Punishment for all our sins. Everything will be fine. Have hope. For me, it's less likely, but for you, you have a whole country that cares about you. Look, there's no use in us fighting. You said so yourself you didn't wish to hurt me. You now know that you were wrong, and you saved me. You've proven your loyalty to the crown and the country. I couldn't live with the guilt of punishing someone who saved me. I'll make you a deal.
Macbeth saved you too, though. In the Norwegian battle. If he hadn't have intercepted, I'm pretty sure you were close to, you know.
That was before he screwed us over. Plus, it was Macduff that took on Macbeth, not me. Speaking of close to death situations, I'm still wondering about your alleged death.
My death was a way to punish myself and shuffle off my mortal coil, the result of my guilt spurring me to insanity. I wish I could say it was an accident.
And you survived?
Yes.
Almost like you were reborn?
9 lives, I guess. What's the deal, my lord?
I'll make you a contract. If you serve me for the rest of your life, I'll protect you. We can start all over without you having to live with the guilt of treason and me living with the guilt of executing you due to your redemption, but without feeling like you're getting away with it. Guilt is our true enemy. We can cheat this regret, should what has been said in this debris be kept secret. Do you agree to this oath?
I agree.
So, we have a deal. We can be allies?
An alliance we may. That is, if we ever get
Only Knights of Honor was this dramatic, but the only drama you get is if your king gets killed in battle. I think if a queen gets executed?
Dawn,
Oh, those cameos right there. Who were they?
I'm sorry for shutting you away like that.
Who were the cameos? I missed them. Shoot!
What's the matter?
It's just... You look terrible.
Dawn, I always look as such.
Covered in dust and blood. I'm so sorry. Dawn, you're acting like this is your fault. Of course it isn't. But you both could have perished.
I did what I could to protect your brother. Don't worry about me. I'm fine.
Brother, I love you.
He loves you too. Always has.
Thank you for being the older sister I've never had.
It's an honor
Aw.
to be regarded as so. I'm not innocent. I was the superior.
What did you do that for? I'm so sorry.
Anyway, Knights of Honor doesn't even have much drama apart from I think a queen could get executed by a spy. If I remember, I think the king can also get executed.
Sis, I forgive you. I forgive you.
Countries pretty much
Don't forgive me.
declaring war on you. Like, one thing you need to remember, don't take out a Catholic kingdom. Don't take out a Catholic, don't take over an entire Catholic kingdom or anything. Because
Come on.
a bunch of other, actually
Be
no,
a
I forgot what it was. It was like something to do with the Catholic religion.
Sometimes it's a sign
Then if you did something with it, a bunch of Catholic countries come to declare war on you. Trust me, it was horrible. It was horrible when I first did it. I'm like, oh, what did I just do?
Look, we can make our way out now.
So, what happened to the ceiling?
Donalbain? Since when did you get here? Are you
I don't
alright?
recognize those ones at the top.
We have a new alliance.
We do?
Please.
I love how Ross is always like, what?
I have some
Oh, sorry, it wasn't Ross. It was,
Ross,
Macduff.
send this to the other elves.
I shall, my lord.
What's going on? Macduff.
Oh, I couldn't tell between the two of them. I'm like, wait, which one was it? What?
Great news.
great news.
For all of us. Let us get our wounds tended to. Tomorrow I host a grand meeting.
Wounds?
Our
You don't look like you
quest
got
for
any.
alliance, for without you,
Maybe like a bump in the head, but still.
Without me? I will attend without
failure, my lord.
In all earnestness, though, does anyone know what happened to the ceiling?
Let's go get some cookies.
Yeah, let's just forget what happened to the ceiling. Let's just go to something else. Let's just do that.
Make society a kind of place.
Later that evening.
We can all agree on, and with her company could most likely achieve.
So, what's the plan?
The Fayness of Cawdor, I'll invite to join my court. She could live as a guest of mine if she wanted to.
As in, forever?
Well, as far as I've planned.
So, you're taking her away from me? She was the only one keeping me sane in Fife's dereliction. I get that you're going to be coming to reside.
My heart! My heart!
Well, please don't take
Damn it, Marcy, my heart!
Acting as if she were a thing, not a person.
Says the one who wanted to send her into prostitution.
Order! She's my
Hey, he's got a point right there, Ross. I'm taking Macduff's side on this.
Me and Camille suffered until she came along. She was like sunrise on a winter's night. Don't take her away from us.
You sound like you're planning to make her your wife. I thought you said you'd never find anyone like...
I know I said I'd never find anyone like Cassiopeia, but the Thanos of Cawdor...
Goodness sake, I actually have like books not made for kids where a story like that does happen. Single father, he doesn't want to get married again after his wife's death. And then he finds the one.
She could be a murderer.
A murderer?
Ridiculous.
And what was this about this Macbeth superior we were never told about? And the reason for the ceiling suddenly collapsing?
You must leave this.
Isn't it likely she is the superior?
I refuse to believe this.
Have you been sniffing deadly nightshade? She saved my life.
And mine.
Yeah, he's sniffing so much day and night shit. He's delirious as feck.
Well, don't.
Haven't you not caught on to the signs?
Just because you don't trust her doesn't mean you have to be so prejudiced against her.
Prejudiced?
Enough!
Ross, I hate you, but I love you at the same
You know who the
time.
superior is.
Oh god.
And would you care to share?
By royal law, I will not share that.
Why not?
All the better to keep us all safe. Just note the superior is no longer out there and doesn't wish to harm us any longer. If I told you, would you ever forgive them?
Realistically, no.
I'd most likely forgive, but I'd probably never forget.
Why won't you tell us? Couldn't we at least know who's most...
Is it gonna be like what she mentioned in part 1, where Macbeth could have confessed these crimes to Catholic law, to like, a priest, and then under Catholic law,
Are you planning to
it would be
inform
kept
your
secret?
mother, my lord?
I refuse to believe that it was her. I just won't.
Even if it was her, she doesn't want to hurt us any longer. Do you still want her in your castle? I promise she'll do you no harm in my court.
No. She's proven her kindness, whether it was her or not. I just want to know her for who she is in the present.
Though I don't see any good in her myself, I hate to see you two in such a conflict. If you both have an alliance with her...
Ross, you've lost the argument entirely. You lost as soon as you opened your mouth.
I won't.
Thank you, Ross, but it's not her.
Actually, you lost right as Macduff's like, you want to send her to prostitution.
Tearing me apart from her.
Then I'll arrange a change of plans. I will not let you be separated from her. Meet me back at dawn. Particularly you, Ross. I have a small favor to ask. Thank you both for your company.
Thank you,
my
my lord.
lord.
But how could I ever bring myself to tell my brother the truth? I wouldn't want to ruin his friendship with her. I wouldn't want him to feel such betrayal.
God, I'm so sniffly now. I'm not crying or anything, it's just I've had the sniffles for a while. Oh, this scene! This scene! Marzi, are you sure this is not based on Brave? When I first read the script, I was like, this is like when Mordu gets crushed, he bows her head at Merida, and then, you know, his spirit goes right up into the sky. Because that's what I read in the script. Are you sure? I mean, Marcy says, oh, it's actually not based on it. Oh, keyframing.
Take it anymore.
Then quit your pacing.
Animation, too.
Tiring yourself out even more.
Wait, they're the same thing. Never mind.
Then rest for a second.
Do you even know?
I love how Ross just does not like her at all.
100th time yet.
But he's so funny, I just love
Not
him.
anything you have the need to panic about.
And then why won't you say anything, for the love of Persephone?
Because you're going to find out anyway.
Can I at least have a small idea of what may be to come? Please?
Malcolm's just delivering a speech. There. Is that enough?
What kind of speech? Can't hear.
That's because nothing started yet. We're here early.
Why did Malcolm want us to come early? Why us, out of everyone? What if I'm not even supposed to be here? No, of course I'm supposed to be here, because without me there wouldn't even be a meeting. Does that mean that everything rests on me?
Jens! Just be quiet for a second. I can't hear myself think. And now I feel bad. Here, come sit for a second. You're gonna tire yourself out.
I'd rather be standing.
That's okay.
How long have we been waiting here?
About 5 minutes.
You counted?
Yes. It's what I do.
Is that why?
Hey, I try to count anything I see while I'm waiting anywhere or standing at work and just be like, huh.
Don't you just need one person to play solitaire? Hey! Where did
What
you
solitaire?
find that?
In the cabinet.
Well, put it back. Otherwise,
Was
Malcolm
solitaire a
will be
game back
mad
then?
if he finds out things have been moved.
Malcolm? Mad? What if that's the reason why I'm here?
Here we go again.
What if this changes everything? What if...
This is just funny.
It'll be okay. I promise.
Ross, can I hug you?
What the f-
If this question
Yeah,
is
go ahead. I'll ship you.
then
Let me
I
ship him.
guess.
Aw, it's so cute.
Okay.
Oh, he actually accepts it as like, okay, now let me go.
Or at least switch personalities with someone.
Switch personalities. I hope it wasn't with you.
It definitely wasn't with me. You're too affectionate.
You too, though. In a way. You appear cold-hearted on the outside, but inside you're actually really chivalrous.
I'm nice when I want to be.
Yeah, most of the time...
Why is Ross just such a good
And
character?
you're like icy water mixed with
I know he's based on one, I think, from the original, maybe.
In all honesty, though, I liked it better when you were passive-aggressive.
As in, yes, it's really me. Is it really you?
Yes, Jens. It's really me.
Jens? Is that because Fleance used to call me Jenny? I assume Grok in Gen was too intense for him.
Jens is more anticlimactic. One thing I'm still wondering, though. Why, out of all people, was it me that you seeked out first?
You're the closest connection to everyone I know. You're also brutally honest.
And that's a good thing, right?
Of course. Oh no.
Yes, we're ready.
It's just like, oh no, I'm not doing this. Yeah, we're ready. Come on.
Lady Gruok. Or Jenny. I'll admit.
There's my sister over there.
Has been bitter, but based on my own
Kugora, I
fortune
should
and
say.
knowing you're no longer associated with the tyrant, I'm giving you the opportunity I wouldn't have given many. I'm giving you the choice to serve in my court. You had a dream to spark a change in society.
There's probably a few cameos in here, but I don't recognize them, so.
The choice is yours. I would have never expected such an honor. I choose to stay with you.
Was that there cameos in that one where my sister was? Or am I being silly?
I'm inviting you to reside within this castle of mine. Your loyalty is like a blessing, and I wouldn't want you to miss out.
My lord, I am very much obliged.
Yay!
Now, I would like to present another as well. Refuge across the sea couldn't have had knowledge of a change in plans. I realised my letters had never gotten through. With much assistance, I realised my mistake, and for that, I'd love everyone to give a warm welcome home to my brother Donald Bain, who I hereby name the Prince of Cumberland. Thank you.
Oh.
May I deliver a quick speech?
Marcy and Cameos over there. Already counted them before.
Civilians. Thanes. Earls. I'm most likely remembered as the former Queen of Scotland. An unprepared, discordant mess. Following some misconceptions and a fated assassination, I have indeed stepped down from that position, and a much more suited leader has now been established. Everything from this past reign is in the past. There's no denying it isn't worth dwelling on anymore, but not without reflection. This whole conflict was rooted from jealousy. Us nobles shouldn't envy one another's promotions. We should be raising each other up instead of bringing each other down. At the end of the night, status doesn't define our worth. The way we execute our power does. You don't have to agree with me. Just note that it's not a competition to the top. We should be equal in our hopes and ambitions, no matter our status or anything else that makes us what we are. Whatever happened to our solidarity?
All hail the Thanes of Cawdor!
Wise words. If only Macbeth were here to hear them.
If only I'd said them at the right
I don't know what he said there. I think maybe the copy should have been a little bit tad lower.
Anything. Those servants you threatened to punish. Servants of Macbeth. Please don't harm them. Many were being held against their will. If I'm giving you a second chance, I'll be giving them all a second chance. Wow, Malcolm. We're a pretty forgiving duo. I'm delighted to say, welcome to our court. I'm much obliged, my lord. Welcome to our court, Lady Macbeth. Please, call me Gruach. Gruach of Scotland. Satan, you're all right? Your leg was snapped in half, I swear. Forget that.
I'm so glad you're okay.
Camille. It was you that truly saved me. You were there for me at my weakest point. Camille, why are you leaving me?
I'm going with you.
I'll miss you too. Wait, you're
Wait,
coming
what?
too?
Of course. But before that, I have a few, errands to do. I'll see you later.
Till death do us part.
Greetings. I believe this is yours.
How do you still have this?
Until we knew you were safe, Camille insisted we held on.
Camille? She did that for me?
Let's say we put this daunting past aside us and start anew.
Any day, my lord. Fleance, right? I'm just picturing how you'd look in a crown.
He's got no lines. Yeah, he wasn't really credited at the start, so yeah. We're near the end, aren't we? So remember, there's a fire. Fireplace. Not fire, like a fire just burnt the place.
Notice anything different? You managed to get it off. I did. Did you manage to find enough ink?
I did, thanks. But while I was in your closet, I found this on the corridor on the floor near your chamber. It looks like a letter, and I was wondering if it had been misplaced. I haven't read it or anything.
This is an old letter. It was a message from Macbeth after the battle with Norway. I thought I'd gotten rid of this thing.
A letter from Macbeth, eh? Does it mention me anywhere?
Not that I know of. It was basically a summary of how the witches had prophesied his promotion in kingship. And that was from whence everything went wrong.
If he hadn't sent it, do you think things would be much different to how they are now?
They could have been.
Gruach,
Yeah?
do you think I should inform my brother of everything you've told me?
You haven't told him yet? I thought you would have.
I fear that it may ruin your friendship with him. I don't know how well he'll take knowing it.
Worry not how it will affect me. As much as I value my friendship with
It's
him,
like 5 minutes, so I don't think it's the end
telling
yet.
the truth.
After all, he was his father too.
But I just can't cope with the thought of ending your friendship with him. You're like an older sister to me. If something were to tear you two apart, I don't know how I'd be able to bear it.
Malcolm, please don't feel...
Oh wait, I thought this ended with Macduff. See, that's why at one point in the recording I was like, I wanted to ship the Marzi, but they admit that they are like siblings, so I can't do it.
Both of you are.
So can I ship Macduff and Gruach then?
Had you told
If so, hey, my OTP. No, it's not an OTP.
Some people were close to figuring it out, although I'd never confirm their assumption.
Malcolm,
I must have misread the script, but hey.
Do what?
keep lying to
I hadn't read it in
I feel like I'm taking
months.
advantage
Few
of
months,
you.
I think.
Advantage of them. No matter what benevolence I do in the present, it still won't make up for what I did in the past. You're just protecting me because I'm nice to you. And
Sometimes it's better to lie about your past in order to protect people from something that will destroy their happiness forever.
you say this like you don't understand. Is it?
Well, that's the paradox in that statement. You'd rather be happy, right?
Right.
No matter how much we break the rules, promise me we'll never become like Macbeth.
Never. I had once said that it's safer to be that which we destroy than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. But maybe the opposite is true. They met me in the day of success.
And just burn the letter. Burn it to hell. Burn it to shreds. Burn it all. Whoa, I went pyromaniac there. Oh, I thought the whole thing was an hour. Not near an hour, but hey, close enough. I think there's going to be an epilogue. So that's the end. There's going to be an epilogue, I think. But it might be January it's out? Who knows? Triple H is just amazing as Little Rose. I'm so sorry. It's so funny. Phoenix Feather. I think Phoenix Feather was that one that I was trying to figure out because she did appear in part 1. I think I recognized and I was like, wait, who is it? What's the name? Oh yeah, Marcy's cat was Grey Malkin in part 1. I wonder what this music is. A couple of them might get me into a bit of a copyright claim, but it happens. I'm not gonna monetize my videos anytime soon, so. I know the era. I thought I recognized. I recognized the name, but I don't think I recognized the music. I think I've used it once. A lot of Kevin McLeod. Kevin McLeod's really amazing with their music. If you go to Audio Library, it's like really beautiful. I sometimes use it, mostly the classical music, for stuff like audio dramas, because I like classical music to put in there, and then and also because classical music is not listened to as much now, like jazz music. Ah, Cameos. Let's go. OC and Cat. Ah, damn it. Yeah, that music does make sense. Welcome Home. An orchestral version. That's cool. Oh god, okay. The journalistic concept I came back with in April of 2020, and in December of that year I was funny if I got it with the release of TGOS, and now that TGIF has the main storyline after exactly a year of progress, I'm so thrilled and inspired by how it has come to life as the true talent of each individual cast member. You are all exceptionally gifted, and it has been more of a pleasure to work with you all. Although it may not be my first collaborative audio drama project, it is definitely the biggest that I've ever taken on. It has been fantastic meeting new people from the auditions and even getting to know people better for working with them, which most likely wouldn't have. Oh, damn it! I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to look at that. I will look at it afterwards. This time I won't be going. No, fade to black. Okay. So that's the end of. Well, it's not the end of TGIF. There's gonna be an epilogue, but that's the end of TGIF Part 2. And I really liked this. This was actually really fun, and this was a fun project to be in. And also, it had me be in contact more with Marzi after Race and Hate, and I really like. She's a really great director, and I really like this because this whole story is so different. Because I've never heard of like a Macbeth kind of fan thing going on. And it's actually really cool. Like, what if Macbeth did survive that? But yeah, but let's just read this. This audio drama was a concept I came up with back in April of 2020, and in December of that year, I was thrilled to finally have begun it with the release of TGOS, The Guidance of Strangers. Now that TGIF has the main story complete after exactly a year of progress, I am so thrilled and inspired by how it has come to life and of the true talent of each individual cast member. You are all exceptionally gifted, and it has been more than a pleasure to work with you all. Although it may not be my first collaborative audio drama project, it is definitely the biggest I've ever taken on. It has been fantastic meeting new people from the auditions and even getting to know people better through working with them, which most likely wouldn't have been possible without TGIF. Macbeth is my all-time favourite play and a piece of literature to exist, and what inspired me to begin this project. Whether you love Shakespeare or hate it, I'm thrilled that so many people have enjoyed this production. It will be difficult to say goodbye as this project comes to a close. However, there will be a short epilogue airing early next year to close off this project. A huge thank you to all for letting this project happen, Marzi. And thank you to you, Marzi, for letting me star in this. I didn't think I'd get into this because mostly when I'm in auditions, I always fail to get them, and a bigger name gets the audition instead. But yeah. This was really fun, everybody, and I can't wait for the epilogue. I might react to the epilogue, and also this is the amount of cameos I had counted on my own. There were probably more that I probably missed out, but you don't have to tell me how many you counted. This is just a game I like to do for myself for audio dramas because there's always cameos bound to happen. So, anyway. This is me signing off to get this all edited and done and maybe work on my new audio drama project or a game. I'm not sure. I got work tomorrow, so I'm not sure what I'll be doing. But I'll see you guys all next time. I hope you enjoyed. This is RomanceWriter1, and I'm going. Bye!